I've had all the way through a feeling that I need to leave an opera on an overtly gay theme between two men of status and character, historically founded and the real thing. There's a pride, in fact, over a long period of time to see that I do this well. I immediately thought of the episode in Julius Caesar's life in which he had an affair with the king of Bithynia. It was perfect for the occasion because I was interested in the melodious quality of Italy, and then he goes to Asia, in effect, at the court of Bithynia, which is in Asia Minor. For me, that meant two musical possibilities, and we did them with puppets.
I covered the world premiere of that opera for the Los Angeles Times. It was commissioned by Betty Freeman. Plot is about the young Julius Caesar in his sort of homosexual fling period. He was around 20 and was really pretty and was having a good time. He had gone as a representative of Rome, and he got real friendly, and the king threw him an orgy, and everybody had a good time, and that's sort of the plot.
And there's something in Act Two called the eroticon that they used to do in Roman theater all the time. And this particular one was puppets. They were birds, or so they seemed. It looked like birds flying around on rods. And you can hear this on the tape. People are just sort of charmed by it and going ooh and ah, until they realize that these aren't puppets, but they're penises. After it was over, there was a party, and the ladies, I must say, they came to the party, but they made it clear that they were shocked and appalled at this scene, and they withdrew their funding. We had to scrounge around to pay people to get back up to San Francisco.
Eventually, the Portland Gay Men's Chorus did a version on the full stage with a 90-man chorus for which I wrote all the way through the opera, there not having been a chorus in the first place for the puppet opera.
And a citizen of Rome, and a citizen of Rome, and a citizen of Rome, and a citizen of Rome.
But during that, I realized that it needed arias and someone to come out and sing about something. Otherwise, it chattered on all the way through.
In 1994, I became the director of the Lincoln Center Festival, and I approached Lou about turning it into a real opera.
The Young Caesar, of course, is kind of a problem child for Lou. It's been that way for a long time. It first started off as a puppet opera. Now it's involving actual living figures. It has a very curious form. There's an awful lot of recitative-like activity, which, as Lou explained to me, has to be understood in the tradition of Chinese opera, but it's something that's a little bit difficult for Westerners.
Mark Morris is committed, so it's July of 2001. You're living so long is part of the deal.
All right, yeah.
You have to sign a contract.
Okay.
And it's one of the pieces also that has the complete orchestra in it.
And here's the libretto for that's the aria.
Right.
And then once the aria is done, I have actually written the beginning of the palace music into here, so that it just flows right into the palace music again.
Have it one to the people of Rome will be made breathless by the entry into the city. Then it's...
Makes all sorts of sense. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just put it...
Much better, yeah.
After I'd left the festival, my successor, Nigel Redden, continued trying to push the project.
But the libretto is problematic, and there was a question about who had the rights to change it, if anyone.
I think the first we heard was, we received in the mail, Lou received in the mail, a revised libretto, which was, I thought, somewhat tactless, and Lou was appalled.
We had endless meetings about it that were sort of fascinating. Because, I mean, it is fascinating to discuss a work and say, okay, I mean, we now have the possibility of changing.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Then came September 11th, and the real cutback financially. And finally, we weren't able to do it anymore.
The business of music is quite awful. The activity of maintaining a career as a composer occupies time. I have better things to do. It is giddily difficult these days of everything being a contract, you know, of every kind. I mean, it's astounding. And then to do that, one would also have to do a great deal of advertising and be able to go about to meetings and to congresses and one thing or another. I can't do that. I need my quiet, I need my peace, and I need pencil and paper, and that's about it. No, I take it back, I need stacks of books. I'm one of the type that would like to be locked into a very large library for most of the rest of my life.